everyone, and welcome back to our series of using Google Docs, maybe in the education world or the business world or with your students and colleagues. So here in this particular video, we're really going to focus on how do you navigate the Google Doc menu. All right, now this is pretty much, we'll just kind of go through all the different options out there, and I'll make my screen just a little bit smaller in terms of using it. But I think I'm at a good spot right now. So here we go. Let's just work our way over. Okay, so this is like the ribbon you might have on a Microsoft Word. You can see it's a little bit of a scaled down aspect to it, but we can go in order file. So we're going to look at sharing in another video, but we're going to go to new. You can make a new Google Doc right from here, or a spreadsheet, or a drawing, or from a template. You can open up different Google Docs right through here. You can rename this Google Doc, which I think is a nice feature. I can just go to rename, and it just highlights this particular title of the document, and there you can type a name into it. But you can also just click here, and then you can start renaming here as well. So you can just click right on that title, and you're good to go, which is really kind of nice. Okay, you can move it. Now you might want to organize your Google Doc a little more. Maybe this Google Doc is right now just in my Drive, and now I can put it in any other folder in my Drive structure. I can go into multiple folders, and I can put it into folders, or I can actually even create a new folder to put this Google Doc into it by clicking this button. And whenever you have it set up where you want it to go, just click Move Here, and the Google Doc moves there. You can also do that by clicking on this particular folder, and you can then move it to other places as well, and the same idea, which is really kind of nice. Okay, so either from the folder or from Move. Or you want to move it to trash, you can certainly get rid of it. The version history is kind of nice. You can name this current version, or you can see all the version history of this document. Now, we just made this today, so there's not a lot going on here. But you could actually see all the versions of a Google Doc. Let me actually go into my Drive, and let me go into a Google document that perhaps I have multiple versions of. I'm not really sure if I do or not. Let me open this up. It's an activity I use with my students. And I can go to the revision, go to the version history. Okay, and now it shows it when I created it and some of my first versions, and I can restore this version if I wanted to. This is a really nice feature when you're looking at student work on a Google document, especially group work. You can actually go in and see which individual worked on what, which is nice, because you know how you always get that in group work where it will tell you exactly which student did what. This is a nice check to see if everybody's really cooperating in a group and doing their particular fair share. All right, so that's the version history, which is really super useful. Okay, so let's just go back to that. You can also download a Google Doc in multiple formats. In Microsoft Word, PDF are some of my favorite ones. I haven't done much publishing to the web, but you can do that. This is a Google Doc that is a shared one, you can email your collaborators right through this particular area. Okay. And you can look at the details of a document, language, you want to change the language, and the page setup, which I think is an important one to look at more carefully because we've all done this. Now, this is very much a simplified version, which you might see on Microsoft Word. You can change the orientation, certainly. To change the margins, you actually got to, unfortunately, go in and type in your parameters manually. And you can set your paper size and the background color of the particular document. Very useful, right? Now, in terms of the editing, you can do your undos or redos. It's always good to memorize those shortcut keys, Control-Z and Control-Y. They're popular ones that work on anything, not just Google Docs. Your copy, your paste without formatting. This is one I use a lot. Control-Shift-V. If you've ever copied paste from a website or a different document and it's in a different font, if you copy that, if you paste it doing Control-Shift-V, it will paste it just in what you're using here in the Google Doc. That's something really nice that does not work on Microsoft Word, which I will point out. And you can do selecting all or so forth, or find and replace. That's an important one. I use that a lot in doing different things. So you want to find a person's name and we change it. You just do Control-H and you do find, and you can replace with something different, and it will replace all occurrences of that. All right. Your views. Print layout, mode. Is this document in editing mode or is it in suggesting mode? Now, suggesting mode is nice. If someone gives you a Google Doc to share and you want to maybe point out some changes or revisions that should be made to it, you can enter suggesting mode, and anything you change in the Google Doc will only be shown as a suggestion to the other person. It won't actually change the Google document. that's a nice thing to do, especially for teaching. If you're in a group work situation where you want to like help each other out for collaborating and you want to suggest some edits, very, very useful. If you want to show the ruler or not, there's an equation toolbar, which is nice for people working in mathematic apparatuses, right? You can show that, which is really good. Okay? And so forth. Full screen is nice for presenting, so it's only in a full screen mode. Okay? We'll get out of that. Inserting certainly an image, upload right from this computer, which is really kind of nice. They just added this. You can search the web right through here for something, an image, right from your Google Drive, Google Photos, or if you know the URL of an image, you could put that in right there, which is really nice. A link, and Control K is the universal shortcut for adding a link to something. So all you do is highlight text and add a link. Okay, equation editor again, a Google drawing, a chart. Okay, a pie graph, line you can right from Google Sheets, or a table. So we want to do like a 3x3. You can insert a table. Okay, and then you can play around with this. You can also then mess with your table properties and color and insert rows and so forth just by right-clicking on the table, which is really kind of nice. Okay, so a footnote, which is great for researching special characters, lines, page numbers, page count. Headers and footers and so forth, or even a table of contents to make your presentation a little more formalized for a first page, which will then create links to other parts of the document. All right. Your formatting, very similar to Microsoft Word, controlling bold, italics, underline, your font sizes, your paragraph styles, aligning. It's all here for you, really. You can crop an image. You can reset an image if you have an image already on your Google Doc, which is really kind of nice. Tools, spelling certainly. Exploring, this will actually allow you to highlight and explore and actually search a term in a Google Doc in a Google search, which is really super useful. Document count, define it. Document offline, which is really nice. You can make this document available offline, especially if you're using like a Chromebook, which is super useful. Okay. Word count, voice typing works wonderfully. So if I go to tools and go voice typing, and I'll click to speak, and let me loud my microphone. Hello everyone, period, and thank you for watching this video, period. I really hope you enjoyed it today, period. Right? And stop. And now it pretty much captured that pretty easily. So great thing to use, for writing, for getting some notes down. Super useful tool. Okay, you can translate a document to different languages, and preferences is a little more advanced in personal dictionary, but we can get to that later in advanced courses. You can insert a table. I just did. Okay, and the add-ons we'll talk about later, but there's a lot of great add-ons to add more tools to your Google Doc. That'll be in a later video. Okay, and your help section. Okay, now again, going across the ribbon, same idea, printing, pasting, the view, the text, the heading, the styles, the font styles. You can add more fonts to this if you just click on the more font section, the number of size of it. I hope you all know, so you can like change this and make it a custom font or custom size. You just type in there. Okay, bold, italics, inserting a link, inserting a comment. Now that's really nice for collaborating. So say we wanted to highlight this, and this comes up, I can just add a comment. And now I can add a comment for an annotation, for a revision, and people can reply to those comments. Your justifications, your line spacing, your numbering certainly, bulleting, indentations, right? Okay, and formatting. And remember, I'm in editing mode, but I can also switch to suggesting mode or just viewing only, and I can't make any additions or changes at all. Okay, and if you really wanted to hide all this, you can hide all that at the top, or you could bring it down. All right, so pretty neat. The comments, same idea. Open the comments. There are no comments, but I could add a comment, and it will just be added generically to the Google document, or if I highlight something, I can add a comment to this whole section, and then there you go. People will see those comments, especially if they're collaborators. All right. So those are some of the really neat features of Google Docs, and that's an overview of the general things that are available for you to make some great documents. All right. Have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.